Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done one of these walking videos. Well, the trail here, and get back into what I'm going to get. Hey guys, how you doing? Just sneaking out to the woods a little bit this afternoon. I got off work a little earlier than I wanted. You know, I knew I needed to make some char cloth. My sister-in-law is a leader of a group. I think it's called the Heritage Girls, and I might be wrong on that name. It's kind of like a Girl Scouts group, but I think they're from a Christian base. But next month they're doing a camp out, and they have some outdoor badges. Believe it or not, they're using ferro rod, Flint and Steel. And she wanted me to give a class on how to use the Flint and Steel and the ferro rod, so I had to get some char cloth together. Got plenty of material, but I'm not going to make that many, but I'm going to make quite a few. I have some cut into squares, which I know you guys have seen that before. And for the life of me, I cannot remember who did it, and I will put a link when I remember. I did want to throw the wrong name out, I'm pretty sure I knew, but rolling them into little balls there, or little circles if you would. I'm going to try both of them and see how they come out. I'm going to throw them here in the fire and let them go. If that thing gets too noisy, you may be hearing some music in the next few minutes. Anyway, let's see it happen. Put them on there and let them get going. Enjoy the music. Oh, maybe not. Maybe the train did stop. Like I said, I just took some jean material, and I've heard cotton's probably the best. I was using cotton t-shirts at first, and watched a lot of videos. I gotta quit saying them. I think it was Armed Rope. I think it was Morgan that I saw that was using the jeans and or the denim material, and so I wanted to try that out. And as I said, I couldn't remember. I had saw somebody roll them into more of a cigarette shape or something, you know. So I've got the two different ones going there, and I'll let them cook out there. And when they're done, we'll take a look at them and see how well they did. Okay, if you've noticed, the flame that I had earlier is gone. And you know, that used to bother me when I first started using char cloth. Then I read that it was actually the gases that were being given off by the process, and the gases were burning. It wasn't so much the material inside. But you can see now it's smoking, and I'm not sure how much of that is that tin, as this one's not smoking as much. When those quit smoking, I will pull them off with a stick or something. Would be a good reason to have a pair of pliers with you, but definitely going to pull them off and let them cool before I touch them. You know, I was mentioning different methods of doing char cloth, and one of them is putting a hole in the lid of your tin. I don't find that quite as necessary with the Altoids. You get enough air loss for, you know, smoke through the hinges. I think it's not necessary to put that extra hole. You can if you want, but I think you'll be just fine with the area there along the hinges for the smoke and gases to escape during the heating process. This one is done, and I hate to say it, I don't remember which one has the squares and which one has the rolled material. I'm going to pull that one off and let it cool. This one was still smoking just a little bit. It may have quit. One of the other things about pulling these off the fire and letting them cool, if the material inside of there is burning at all, and you open that, well, we know what happens when you add oxygen to a fire. So you want to let it cool to make sure that the material inside itself is not still burning and that it has exhausted itself. But I think that one's out. Use a little bit hotter spot. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and move those off and let them cool. And we'll open them up and see what we have. Pulled them off and kind of felt them. Cool to the touch. This one's still a little warm. I can hold it, but it's warm. I think it'll be all right. And as I said, I'm not sure which is which, so we're going to find out here. Let's start with the old one first. I hope you can see it. Oh, there you go. I don't know if you can see that very well. That is the rolled material. I'm going to set this down and let's unroll this and see how it looks. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Charred all the way through. I would not have thought that would do that. I like that. Cut off what you need. And as I said, I'm pretty sure who I remember watching do this. That's terrible English. I think I remember whose video I watched that did this, but I don't want to say until I know for sure, and I'll post that on here. But that's pretty darn cool. We'll test this out in a little bit. Let's try the other box. Alright, this is the box that was brand new, and of course there's not going to be any surprise. This is going to be the squares. Shocking, that top one's not fully charred, but you can see the blue's gone. And I had this fairly well full. I hope you can see that. I'm kind of moving around. Looks like it charred all the way through. That's actually still a little warm. Those top ones, I kind of worry about. They're not quite done there. You can even feel the materials feels a little different, if you can notice the coloring here. Let's test this out. Well, here's the test. Try this out with a little Flint and Steel and see how it works. It's one thing that we got it charred, but it also has to work. Got my Flint and Steel kit. I received this, trying to think, early 2014 or something. I'd have to go back and check. When I first started out bushcrafting videos, when I started on YouTube. Mark from Scouting Free sent me this, and sorry Mark, it's pretty dirty. It's had its wear, and it's had its use. I haven't done very many videos on it, but I have been using it quite a bit, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that. Broke off a little ear on it, but she still works fine. Anyway, let's see how this works. We will try the squares first. And I'm going to try one of those that got the bad on it, or the discoloration. I hope you can see me there. Look at that. Hope you can see that. That took right off. All right. I don't doubt that the rolled material will work, but hey, that's what we're here for. Let's check it out. Pull a piece out here, and trusty Mora. Oh, wow, that tears fairly easy. I didn't even need the Mora. I was going to lay it there and cut it, but that tears very easily. Let's give it a shot. I think I'm going to double that over where it's torn. Did pretty darn good right off the bat. Wow, that burns hot. I'm going to throw that in the fire. Well, guys, there's two different ways of doing char cloth, either the squares or the rolled up. I kind of like the idea of rolling it up. It saves you a lot of time. Cut it into some long squares, roll it up to you know, whatever size it fit in your Altoids tin. And it, like I said, it just tore like butter. And took right off. The first couple strikes was my fault. I didn't hit it correctly, but you saw when I got a good spark on it, it took right off. That was a lot of fun. Well, guys, kind of fun making that char cloth and seeing the different methods of making it. You know, the squares versus the rolled. You know, I'm kind of rambling here because I didn't plan really on saying anything, doing anything. I just wanted woods done. I knew I needed to make some char cloth. Like I said, I could have made the char cloth on the patio. It's not the same. I guess this is to encourage me to get out more, and hopefully it encourages you to get out a bit more. Take every opportunity you can to get out there. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good day. Said every chance you get out there. Thank you for watching.